Because if you can't commit to yourself and the things that are going to help you and personally develop you yourself as an individual, there's no way you're going to be able to commit and dedicate yourself to the things that you're going to need to grow your business to what you want it to be. Hi guys, I'm Dom and welcome to my channel, all my fellow late bloomers. As you can see, I'm doing a thing. We'll see how it goes. So I am, as you can see, mic'd up. I am mic'd up. Oh my gosh. I have a whole situation going on, but we're doing it. And that's the whole point of today's video. My very first video for this channel, my Late But Blooming channel. And it's doing the things. And this is the beginning of my journey. I'm so nervous. But again, we're doing the things. And when I say we're doing the things, it's all the things that we have wanted to do, have been procrastinating to do, to always making an excuse on when we're gonna do it, but never actually doing it. This is the time we are doing it. I am now entering into my Plan B journey. And my No Plan B journey is basically me doing all the things that I, again, have procrastinated on doing, have put off to the last minute of doing, or not doing at all, psyching myself out and just procrastinating and or just being too afraid to do it. We are so off of that. And we got to this point because, and actually, before we even do that, look, isn't it so pretty? I am at the downtown public library, which is, I wanted to film my first video for this here because this place actually changed my life in so many ways to help me get to the point we are now. This is actually the place where I met the person who would become my husband and the father of my children. We actually met in this very spot. Not this chair particular, I think it was that chair right there actually, but this is where we met. And like I said, because this is where we met, this is the road that led me down, becoming a mother, eventually becoming a wife, etc., 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 to where we are today. So I wanted to do this, basically rebirth here. In order to go forward, sometimes you have to go back. So that's why we're here. But also, this library is important and special to me, even beyond that, because I used to come to this library every single day as a child, during the summer times as a child, because I love books. I'm a writer to my core through and through. And this is the place I always came to do that. And somewhere along the lines of, you know, becoming an adult, getting a social life, as far as being an adult is concerned, then going on to become a mother and working a full-time job and becoming a spouse and being a big sister, and all the things, at some point in time, I actually lost a little bit of who I was and my goals and the things I wanted to do for myself. And that eventually put me in this huge rut and a little bit of a depression, if I'm being honest, to where I kind of felt like, you know what, this is life. It is what it is. And this is just the way it's going to be, I guess, you know, and that is just so whack. And when you know that you are born for and built for more than that, your body, your soul, everything is going to scream that. And I got to a point where I was just so upset about everything. I was so bitter about everything. I was just pissed off all the time because I felt like, honestly, all I was doing was getting up, going to work, and rinse and repeat every single day. I no longer had the room for my dreams, the space for the things I wanted to do. Sometimes it felt like I didn't have the money to do the things I wanted to do. So it's just like, whatever, why even try? Because I've gotten stuck in the rat race, basically, you know? And again, that just giving up mentality, that talking negatively about life, it's not good for you, because as you can see with my shirt, manifest, I'm so big on manifestation. And I am a firm believer that the things you speak is what's going to happen. So I found myself, like I said, oftentimes feeling like, you know, my life sucks. Oh, I hate XYZ, or I don't have XYZ. So I would oftentimes find myself not having XYZ and hating XYZ because I've already spoken it into existence. So that's what's shown up for me. Over the course of maybe the last 2 years, I want to say, I have been going on this journey to figure out, like, what is it that is going on with me that I keep stopping myself from accomplishing my goals, because I've actually accomplished a lot. So I started thinking, like, if you stop doubting yourself, if you stop procrastinating, if you stop making excuses for why you can't do this or why you can't do that, what can you really accomplish? Because like I said, in the moments and spurts and where I have been like really on it and on my shit, really, I have accomplished a lot. I've released 32 books. 32 books. I'm 38 years old, but I have published 32 books. I didn't realize that until my aunt went to look at my catalog and order some books for herself and some, other people, that I have 32 published books. I've been writing books since I was 11 years old. I've been writing stories since I was 11, but I have published 32 books at 38. That is amazing. That's not a drop in the bucket. In 2020, I was one of the top 100 authors for the year. In the top 20. In the top 100, I'm sorry, in year 2020. Again, and that was being consistent. Evaluating some of the things, like I said, because I have been doing a lot of self-work, including like watching a lot of psychology videos, reading a lot of psychology books. I realized, like I said, that I had to take a look inside of me and figure out what was it that I was holding myself back from, and why was I holding myself back, and why was I so afraid of certain things. And in doing that, it's just like you're getting out of life exactly what you put into it. Yes, you are working sometimes, and when you do that work, you see those results, but you're not consistent, babes. You're not. And it was hard for me to really sit with that and be like, you know what? I'm not consistent. You know what? I do need to get some discipline about myself. If I really want to see the success that I want, I can't say, oh, this person has this, and this because, and I can't have that because I don't have da da da. Or look at that person, they're this, and this, and I'm not that. So that's why. That's victim mentality, and we don't do that, babe. Successful people don't do that. They figure out the issue, they make a plan, they execute the plan. And when you do those things, the law of nature is going to give you the results that you put in. I've been reading this book, and I actually started listening to it, rather, audiobook. Audiobooks, I love them to death now. I had a disdain for audiobooks because I am a writer, so I love paper, physical books. Save the books, save the libraries. But audiobooks have saved my life because in all of the things, I am also very busy. I work a full-time job. I have 2 children, including a child under 1 year old. So audiobooks have saved my life. But I've started to listening to this book called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. And I think 2 chapters in, maybe 3 at best. And when I tell you, the man is preaching my whole soul and life in just those couple of chapters. And it gave me just so much clarity that I literally decided, listen, do you have on makeup? No, girl, you don't have on the makeup. I have on, a little gloss on my lips so they're not crusty, but you don't have no makeup on. That's okay. Sit in front of that camera. That's fine. You're fine. Your hair's not done. You're fine. You don't need no 32-inch lace front situation to record a video. You literally just have to sit down and press record on the camera. So do that. Stop making all these excuses. And like I said, that book really, really hit home when there's and I think it's even in chapter 2, maybe. Could be chapter 1, child. I think I'll do a book review on it. But where he's literally saying to take a look at your life, and however your life is at this moment, whether you love it or hate it, realize that your life is a result of the work you have put into your life. So whatever you have is because of the work you put in. Whatever you don't have is because of the work that you have not put in. So when I was sitting there really thinking like, oh, I don't have this, or oh, I've reached that plateau where my 9-to-5 job, I hate it. hate it to my core. And I'm not one of those people who are beyond working. I've been working my whole life, if we're being honest. I started working in corporate America rather when I was 15. So working is not a problem for me at all. It's just I don't like working for corporate America. It's something that I know from my core since I was a child. I've always been entrepreneurial. I've always been trying to sell something. I used to sell little hair barrettes. I get beaded the little beads, and you can make them into barrettes and with butterflies and heart shapes and this, that, and the third. I used to make and sell those when I was a kid. I used to draw a lot as a child, so I used to sell drawings when I was a kid. I would try to sling, pictures and art and just anything. I was trying to always sell something as a child. So I know I'm entrepreneurial to my core. If I don't know anything about myself, is that I am meant to be an entrepreneur, and I am meant to write. Those things I am meant to do. I know that because I've been trying to do it my whole life. So my 9-to-5 job is getting to a point where it's really like, oh, I hate this place. I hate this place. I hate this place. I hate this place. Just because I know 9-to-5 is not what I'm built for. I don't like people monopolizing my time. I don't like being micromanaged. I don't like you telling me, oh, you have to do this, this, and this, and you can't get up until this time. I don't like any of the things. I don't. But also, I've let so much fear and anxiety and just things stop me from going to that next level to where I can be a full-time entrepreneur and be completely fine and comfortable and life be what I want it to be. But it takes actually getting out of your comfort zone. So that's what I'm doing in this no excuses, no plan B journey. I am doing all of the things that I feel that is required and necessary, and that first includes being consistent. Consistent. The discipline that it takes to be consistent, my Lord, if it's not something that is instilled in you as a child, in adult life, it will be hard to get. But it is something that you truly, truly, truly must commit to in order to have the success that you want. Even if you start small, one thing at a time. For me, in order for me to start being consistent or teaching myself discipline, I decided to make a goal that, one, I was going to learn a new language, and two, that I was going to go to the gym and work out every single day and hit a certain calorie point and a certain amount of workout time every day. I decided I'm going to do that first in order to build the discipline and the consistency that I know it's going to take in order for me to build the businesses and the brands and things that I want to build. Because if you can't commit to yourself and the things that are going to help you and personally develop yourself as an individual, there's no way you're going to be able to commit and dedicate yourself to the things that you're going to need to grow your business to what you want it to be. So, like I said, I committed to learning French through Duolingo. And what I love about Duolingo is that it has an actual streak counter. So you can keep up with how many days you have been doing this. So it shows you, hey, I've been doing this for X amount of days. I am being consistent with myself. Look at me doing this for so many days. I have 118 days at this for French. I picked up Spanish once I hit the 100-day mark, and Swahili. So I'm actually doing French, Spanish, Swahili, and music to help myself become more consistent, because one, those are all things I've wanted to do again since I was a child. I've been obsessed with learning new languages and different languages since I was a kid. I would come to this very library and check out all the foreign language books that I can check out. Couldn't read them because foreign words, it's interesting, especially if you don't have anyone actually saying the stuff to you. But nonetheless, I decided that that's one way I'm going to show up for myself. Another way I decided, I have an Apple Watch, which if you have an Apple Watch, you can do this as well. I don't know how other watches work, so if you don't have an Apple Watch, it's nothing against you, boo-boo. Do what works for you. But for me and my Apple Watch, it keeps count. Like I said, it allows you to set goals to aim towards each day. For me, my goals are currently, I need at least an hour workout. I need to do the stand goal at least 6 hours a day, which means you stand up for at least a minute, walk around, move around, shake it off at least 6 times a day. And my calorie count, I have to do 12 230 calories every single day. No matter what, I have to hit those numbers every single day. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, sleepy, tired, whatever. I have to hit that every day. And so far, I'm on day 125 with that. It's another thing that shows you, hey, look, you've been doing this for X amount of time. And what I love about having the counters on each of these is that, like I said, it's not, you literally can see, have you been keeping your word to yourself? Because if not, then of course your streak is going to break. And there has been a couple of times where it's like, you know, I'm not feeling it today. You know what? I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. It was a long day. I just want to sit down. I just want to go to sleep. I just want to do X, Y, and Z. But then I look at my numbers and it's like, but do you though? Do you really want to start over when it says that you've reached 100 days in a row working out? Do you want to go back to 0, or do you want to keep moving forward? And when you see that you have already been doing so well, so you don't want to quit on yourself. You want to go ahead and follow through with the things that you promised yourself that you were going to do. And that's helped me so much to, like I said, keep going. Because sometimes when you're doing stuff, especially stuff like working out or trying to learn something brand new that you don't have any experience in, you don't really see the fruits of things for a while. And when it takes a while for you to see the fruits of what you're doing, it's easy to quit and give up and just be like, you know, this ain't even working. Because it looked like Susie over there, she started and then the next day she just blew up. But you don't know what Susie got going on. Susie could have been working on this for 25 years. And now her harvest is blooming. But when you dedicate that, or you give yourself that commitment, and then you can see that you are keeping up with that promise to yourself, it makes it hard for you to want to break it. And like I said, that has helped me tremendously as far as keeping up with being consistent and being disciplined, because in seeing this, it just makes me want to do more things now because I see that I can do it. I've been doing it again. I've been doing this now. We're headed towards 200 days in both of those things as far as learning my other languages and working out. And I've seen results. I've seen myself learn those languages and can read, you know, certain things and can actually speak and know and all the things. And I've seen myself lose some weight as well because I've been consistent with myself, and I'm reaping the benefits of that. Just like Brian Tracy said in the book, No Excuses, the results you have now are because of the work you put in. If I hadn't have done those 120 something days straight, I wouldn't have lost the weight that I've lost, point blank and the period. If I wouldn't have committed to the 100 and something days that I've done on the language learning, I wouldn't know, again, the French, Spanish, Swahili, the music that I am learning. But because I've dedicated myself to doing that, those are all things that I can say with pride that I am doing. And know that I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'm doing that, but really in the back of my head, it's I was doing that, or I haven't done that in so long. So, like I said, I'm excited. I am excited. I am nervous because, again, this is something completely different. I've tried to do the YouTube thing, stop, start, what am I doing? I don't know what content to post, or I don't have this and I don't have that. And it's just, like I said, at this point, forget about it. Because you have to do something different in order to get the results that you want. Because when you do the same thing over and over, expecting different results, that's insanity, babes. And we are not crazy. We are focused, and we are successful, and we are thriving. And that is what is happening here. So that is what this No Excuses, No Plan B project is all about. It is about me committing myself for the next 365 days of my life. And today is September the 22nd that I am starting this, 2023. We are doing this. We are doing the things. We are committing to writing every day. We are committing to consistently putting out projects. We are committed to building the brands that we want to build. And I cannot wait for you all to see the brands that I build, the marketing that I want to come up with, all the things. And I hope that you guys come along for the journey with me, and maybe hopefully I can inspire some people along the way. But this video rather is more for me to do the things I've told myself that I was going to do. which includes capturing the journey, right? So hopefully you guys come along for the journey with me. Hopefully you guys can build some things with me, and build some things of your own. And maybe I can help give you a word or two, girl. I don't know. We're just here to inspire each other and be successful. That's what we are here for, because we are boss. We started blooming a little late, but baby, we blooming regardless. So that's what we're here for, to be successful, to be consistent, to become the very best version of ourselves that we were made to be. And that is what I am dedicating this whole channel and page to, just becoming the very best version of myself. So I'm going to share any books that I find helpful, any passages, any tips from psychologists and therapists and all the things, because I love psychology, I love therapy, I love figuring out how to, again, the mechanics of becoming your very best self, how to get rid of some of these toxic and negative thoughts and flip that into being your best you, because again, that's what we're here for, to maximize our potential and be our very best self. And that's what I want to do. I'm really, really dedicated to doing that. And I think that doing this video right now, like I said, no makeup, no super fancy smancy hairdo, even a simple plain shirt, none of that really matters in the grand scheme of everything. So like I said, I hope you guys stick around, start a journey with me. Hopefully I can help you as I am learning. And yeah, come up, like, share, comment, subscribe. Ain't that what they say on the YouTubes? Do all the things so we can build a community together. And like I said, we can just build and grow and learn. Like I said, hopefully you guys learn something from me, and hopefully in the comments I can learn something from you, and we can teach each other and grow and be successful together, right? So I'll leave you here until next time.